As promised. Up next. Now, I know of some who experience the opposite, as I did back in school, and I'm referencing the last episode. In other words, I'm saying there were girls who saw guys have very special treatment. Boys got away with robbery, and girls were shamed for even daring to have an issue with a dude. Without going too much into that, let me tell you about my own experiences. Sports and I share a love hate relationship, partly, if not mostly, because of my experiences as a boy, among other boys. You were only considered even remotely human if you could, and I'm doing the quote fingers again, ball, quote fingers, rap, or were a follower to the already established quote fingers, cool kids. Girls fell for this malarkey too, further enraging me. Guys gave other guys favoritism and special treatment if they were athletic followers. I fit none of that mold back in my day. The icing on the cake was that the leading figures in school perpetuated and influenced this culture. Victims were punished as bullies got off scotch-free. I remember finally standing up to a bully who terrorized me and my bud for years, physically and emotionally. I pushed him down, not down any stairs, don't worry, but outside on the blacktop, the asphalt, and literally kicked him in the butt as hard as I could until he fled. I don't know about the rest of you, but I was raised, if they hit you, you hit them back. You know what I mean? Self-defense, don't start anything, but finish it. And get this, I was punished and shut out, while all of his past crimes were seemingly pardoned. And we wonder where villains come from. Teachers also worshipped the ground, quote fingers, smart and athletic kids walked on. Now here's the thing. I benefited from this one myself. I should note that by, quote fingers, smart, I meant is a good reader for their age. Wow, way to attack myself there. And plenty of you, I'm sure. Anyway, we could get away with a whole lot based solely off our reputations. Looking back, it's sickening. Moving on to the real world, what you've been waiting for. Why is it that women who make up 51% of our population aren't entirely, keyword, considered equals? Now, let me explain what I mean. I'm not talking about the workforce or anything. I'm talking about in the male mind. We're still making kitchen jokes and bad driving jokes. And let's be honest, there are shreds of truth in every joke. While also objectifying them in our minds, maybe even subconsciously. Why? Maybe it's because of our upbringing, our experiences with rejection, our mothers and fathers and their interaction around us, history, and by that I mean world history perhaps. Who knows? We're all different. However, we do have our own masculinity to protect, and I'm sure all the men listening can agree. That's where all of our minds meet. So, together, let's be better for ourselves, man. And I know there's an urge in you right now to reply with a scapegoat sort of comment. I inherently have the same urge because of the rising, quote fingers, feminazi movement that doesn't seem to desire equality, but rather a matriarchy. Let's go above and beyond toxic, and I hate that word, but it is appropriate here. Masculinity and femininity. I try to say that word so many times. Or you could continue doing whatever you want, honestly. Ultimately, we're responsible for ourselves anyway. And once again, TCJ out. Be the best version of you. No excuses.